shooting extremely well from the field and beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's efficiency right there. 50, 57 on 23 points per game. Just getting better and better each month. Coach Cal and the staff are going to be excited on how he continues to progress into January, February, and March.
Great crowd tonight here at Bud Walton. We're underway. Our officials, Jeb Hartness, Will Howard, and Sean Seals. Arkansas controls first. Lost that game in Newark against Houston. Darius Akoff can't hit the first one, and the rebound down to Eddie Ricks the third. It's a good Dukes program this year, 7-6, 0-2 though in league play. Here's their starters. Kind of a three-headed scoring monster, and McBride one of those controlled, and Douglas another. Douglas averages almost 15 points a game. Ricks on the drive. Guess who? Trevin Brazil with the takeaway. Pringle, the spin, the flush, and one away. The start the scoring for Arkansas.
That's what you want if you're Arkansas. Get out in transition and get those easy baskets. Use that athleticism.
And before the game, Coach Spradlin said our offense has to give us a chance. We can't be turning the ball over, leading to some scoring opportunities. Here's your scoring five for Arkansas. Pass ended up in the hands of Wagner.
If you're James Madison, yeah, you want to get shots on target. Trevin Brazil right there has been shooting the lights out over the past few games, but you got to get shots on target. You can't turn the ball over if you're going to have a chance against an Arkansas team. Just want to limit the turnovers as much as you possibly can.
Keep them out of transition, there's no doubt. Nice spinning shot from Gabe Newhoff, the former NAIA star, with more than 2,000 points in his career, but he has the first deuce for the Dukes.
I tell you what, we see a lot more NAIA, D2, D3 guys at the Division I level and making names for themselves and holding their own.
First game back after Christmas for these teams. You can expect maybe a little bit of rust. It's a funny time, Manny, because you shut it down for a couple of days and then you got to fire it back up again.
I tell you, and right here we'll see Brazil using that length, starting the break on his own, and then finding Pringle running the court. Bigs, run the floor, you get rewarded.
Yeah, but big to big.
Big to big. But yeah, Brett, from experience, this game, the one before the break and then this one right after is always the toughest because you're coming in and either, there's a miss from McBride right there, either you're kind of excited to get a few days off, so that last game before Christmas, you're excited to win that one and have some time off, but then you're also excited to come back, but you might be a little rusty, haven't played in a while.
Arkansas, you can see they want to drive tonight. Drive and kick, knocks the miss, rebound down to Ricks the third. He came with Coach Spradlin from Morehead State. Douglas, that looks good out of his hands, and it is. Bradley Douglas rings one in. Another 2,000-plus point score in his collegiate career.
Yeah, that's guys who can put the ball in the basket.
Wagner tried to initiate some contact, didn't make the basket, but he'll shoot two.
Douglas, a guy who James Madison wants to have a shot here. He's got to play well and you know, really get into the 20 to 25 point range, and a good start there.
One of the 10 transfers on this Dukes team. He played against his former team, Georgia Southern, the other day and scored 27 points, but it came in an overtime loss. Also had a year in Little Rock, so you have some well-traveled Dukes. DJ Wagner, back-to-back double-figure games, gets his first this evening.
Arkansas picking up the pressure a little bit. Don't necessarily see a team that presses all the time, but speed JMU up a little bit.
McBride, controlled briefly. Ricks the third, a little bit of height advantage against Acuff. There's McBride, he shoots well from all over the court. He's had a couple of misses early. Offensive rebound, Ricks the third. He's going to challenge Trevin Brazil, and that did not end up working out quite well.
That's a tough one.
And Malik Ewan checks in, seeing his first minutes. He was a big part of that contest at Houston tonight.
Yeah.
No, it didn't quite go Arkansas's way, losing to the Cougars 94-85. But Ewan, he drew 11 fouls in that game.
17 free throws. Wow.
It feels like a month
Yeah.
worth. Arkansas trying to find a little flow or rhythm. There's Darius Acuff Jr.
Such a smooth player. Everything about his game. Just I love the pace, ability to score.
I like the consistency. He's
Yeah.
been in double figures every game.
You know what you're getting.
He's been able to stay away from one of the two of those bad games that might kind of plague a team's ability to win.
Yeah, especially as a freshman. A lot of freshmen, the consistency is the thing that they lack, and not with Acuff. One of the most consistent players in the country.
Well, Arkansas's length is coming to play early. DJ Wagner with the catch in rhythm. And the rebound down to Christian Brown. It's a JMU team that early in the year tried to go fast, and Coach Spradlin said, you know, we were just making too many mistakes. They're trying to play at a little slower tempo, keep their guys out of foul trouble. The runner will drop from Bradley Douglas.
Hey, Douglas, you know, a guy, like you said, who's transferred, been around the block. They're not scared coming in here to Acuff again.
Nifty scoop.
Yeah, just patient, finding the holes in the defense and scoring.
McBride defended by Ewan. Feels like JMU's getting pushed further from the basket with each possession. Ricks, open look at a three. Rebound to Ewan.
Not a good gamble by Ricks. You got to just play solid there. You miss on the gamble, you're going to pay for it.
Poke away from DJ. And that is a 10-second violation. Arkansas gets the turnover to take us to our first media timeout. Kind of about 400 in Kentucky. Pippa passes, and he had to be in charge of being the dorm janitor for 2 years in a row. So he was outstanding in his duties, and then he elevated himself to working for Coach Cal. He gets a head coaching job, and here he is at JMU.
Always keep going. The basketball world is small.
It is.
I feel like all these games we play, there's someone from the staff that was connected to the other staff. A lot of fun.
I will tell you this, Coach Spradlin did not need the scouting report, because when he's not preparing his team watching tape, he's watching Kentucky, he's watching Arkansas. He took that scout and he said, I know exactly what we're going to see. And Bradley Douglas didn't see a dribble to the floor, so he gets called for the traveling violation. But it was fun today watching Coach Spradlin, because, listen, he knows all about Coach Cal, his system. He knows Kenny Payne. He knows his son, Brad. He also knows how they play.
Yeah, and you have that experience and that much time. Gives you a little bit of an edge. You know what's being said in the pregame huddles for Arkansas and the pregame meetings and practice the weeks before. So it definitely gives this JMU team a little bit of an edge of like, hey, we know what's coming.
Ewan was blocked, but he got that ball back. Malik Thomas into the game, and Malik lost the ball on his path to the rim, but drew the foul. And Malik is someone I think the Razorbacks would really love to see kind of find his stroke tonight going into league play on Saturday. 1 of 11 against Queens, Manny, when everybody was shooting lights out.
Yeah.
3 of 8 against Houston, and sometimes maybe getting to the line might help just kind of find that stroke.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to find easier shots. But if you've ever played basketball and even just watching, shooting comes and goes. And you'll go on slumps, and if
it's
you're being
about
honest,
minimizing those slumps, right?
Minimizing the slumps, but if you're being honest, Malik Thomas, freshman, like if you're gonna get your stride and start hitting shots, you want that to be January, February, and then obviously in March. So having a little bit of slump right now, you can maybe turn that around, start Saturday in the conference play. That's what you want, and you're always due. When you have a slump, you're always due at some point. So hopefully you can get it turned around.
I think Malik Ewan might have some blood on his jersey. I'm not sure. Oh, he's not tucking his shirt in. He's going to be escorted to the bench.
Interesting.
Coach Cal is saying, young man,
interesting.
tuck your shirt in. That's old school, but I like it.
I tell you what, Billy Richmond, ref was just talking to Billy Richmond because he's also someone who doesn't love to tuck in that jersey.
Ewan wanted to come back in, but no time has come off the clock.
Look, a lot of Arkansas players are tucking in shirts, jerseys.
Jeb Hartness makes a good parent. Hey, young man, you're not leaving this house until you tuck in that shirt. Douglas has scored 5 of the points for the Dukes. Can they get others involved? Paul Jones III, a Winthrop transfer. That's one man you want to find. Douglas, rebound to Newhoff. And denied again, but he gets it back and misses again.
Too much athleticism under that rim for Newhoff.
Too much Trevin Brazil.
Yep. Akoff got a piece of one too, I think.
Billy Thomas on the drive. Nice step back, but he missed. Hit the deck. More free throws coming.
That's just a bad foul. You got Malik Thomas fading away off on the baseline. Hasn't really found his shot over the past few games. You can't bail him out by fouling, get him to the free throw line, get him 2 easy ones.
Just works into what he wants to do
Yep.
as far as maybe get some early points, see that ball go through the net and build. Are we still talking wardrobe?
We're still talking wardrobe.
Well, Ewan has successfully tucked his jersey into his white shorts, and he's back in the game. Crisis averted, Manny.
There we go. There we go. I didn't know if they'd get back in the game.
There's always one little mini storyline, whether someone's trying to bounce a player off
I tell you, look at Billy. Look at Billy. Tell you, that jersey is never tucked.
This is trouble waiting to happen. Here we go. Billy, tuck that in.
Please, tuck it in.
Let's go. Tighten this ship up.
Oh, man.
You know why I love sports, Manny? You never know
what
you're going to see, big or small. It doesn't matter.
You never know.
8-0 run, though, for the Razorbacks. The Dukes could use a basket. They've been above 80 points 5 times this year. That'll be a tough ask tonight. Think they need to knock down a couple of threes.
Yeah. Anytime you play on the road, like we try to make basketball complicated, and it really is just a game of can you put the ball up and can you make it go into the basket at a high clip. You got to make shots. And they're right there.
Nice job by Newhoff.
Newhoff, 2 quick buckets, but you got to be able to make shots. You got to make threes. You got to make your pull-up jump shots if you want to have a chance to win on the road.
Acuff trying to get downhill. Ball ends up in the hands of Malik Thomas, and that's good for Malik. Coach Cal felt like he was almost aiming or guiding his shot. He kind of leans into it a bit. Well, it was good to see him get a make. Fowler, that's true out of his hands, and Preston Fowler, a kid from Brewster Academy, same school that produced Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Mashburn with a triple.
Silky shot. And again, James Madison, just what you want to do is hang around. Put the pressure on Arkansas.
Hey, Billy Richmond spots up. That was wide left coming out of his hands. Brazil the rebound. Nice pass to Richmond, who will cut and score. If at first you don't succeed, just try again.
Just try again. Shoot it and go get it. Shoot it and go get it. See if McBride can get involved. Hasn't scored yet.
He's a 53% shooter, but he's been pushed a little further from the basket. Good three-point shooter as well, but Arkansas has identified him. Newhoff able to find his teammate in the corner. That was a pretty good pass, but a miss from Fowler. And Arkansas so dangerous in transition. Richmond's coming back 1 on 5. Malik Thomas. Movement. Hey, a good beginning for Malik already. He's in double figures. And he was just 6 for his last 27 coming into this game.
Bona fide scorer. When he gets the ball, you can just see it in his eyes. He is trying to put it in the basket. And he's just got a special knack. He almost had one.
Arkansas's defense, though, can best be described as harassing.
And this is when Arkansas is at its best.
The
Picking
length
up the
of Brazil.
pressure, yep.
There's Ewan, another flush. And JMU needs a timeout. There are a few better for speed and accuracy.
Yeah, and shooting is such this weird thing where you can do everything the exact same, and you can make 10 in a row or you can miss 10 in a row. So a lot of times when shooters miss, they start to guide the ball. They start to think, okay, well, I got to make changes. That's not necessarily the case. Keep shooting. Shoot it how you normally do, and you'll get out of these slumps. But he's doing a good job tonight. Already has 10 points, and he's been averaging only 9 in December.
Good catch by Cliff Davis. He's a double-figure scorer, but has yet to score this evening. A little more dribble handoff for the Dukes. Shot clock's a factor. Davis has to hurry. I don't think he got it off, and he did not.
That's just a tall task.
That's tough out of a timeout, though.
That's tough out of a timeout, and you go in there with the trees of Arkansas. Billy Richmond, the jersey's coming undone again.
All kinds of issues if that continues. Malik Ewan. Kind of a soft foul from Ricks, but Ewan will go to the line. And again, as we mentioned in that game in Newark against Houston, Malik shot 17 free throws. That was in 28 minutes. He drew 11 fouls.
That's amazing. But again, for this Arkansas team to get to where they want to go, and that's, you know, we're talking Final Four national championship, you've got to have that from your bigs. Him, Pringle, you need them to be aggressive.
3, or can you get by with 1? Because it does feel like you can't afford 2 minutes. For example, he had 0 points in 9 minutes against Queens, but they didn't need him that night.
And that's all fine and good against Queens University, but when you're going up against the Floridas, the Tennessees, the Auburns, Alabamas, it won't cut it. It won't cut it, so he's got to continue to find his rhythm, get to that free throw line, knock them down. If you have that, Arkansas is going to be in a good position.
Ball in the hands of Paul Lewis, former Vanderbilt player. His shot was too strong. Another rebound for Ewan. See how quickly, though, James Madison gets back off a miss. Coach Bradley really wants his team to be an offensive rebounding second chance team, but you have to counter that as Knox will drive and miss. Gets it back, and another miss. The tip won't go.
Battling.
You know you have to get back and play defense against Arkansas, but you also don't want to give up some second chance potential points, and right now the concern is on Paul Lewis. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's almost like he either ran into a wall of some sort.
Not sure if he collided knees or. See, I know Malik trying to. Oh yeah, ankle.
Yes.
Oh.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
Bradley Douglas defended by DJ Wagner. Billy Richmond flies in for the rebound. Hogs on the push. Extra pass. Malik Thomas, his strong first half continues. 3 threes for Malik.
Very unselfish basketball by DJ Wagner right there. Honestly, could have taken that 3 himself, but you find the hot hand. That's how you play point guard. That is how you play point guard. Find the hot hand, get the guy who's made the pass to, let him knock another one down.
And Arkansas was so close maybe to getting a knock away, a steal, and a run out. But here's the extra pass.
Yeah, you see how much space he had. He could have taken that shot. Find the hot hand in Malik Thomas. That's good basketball. That's the basketball when you go into the film room the next day. Coach Cal and staff will pause it and say, hey, if we can continue to do those type of plays every time down the court, we're going to be really successful.
Connectivity is a word he uses a lot. Take away from Ewan. Arkansas's length continue to cause some problems. Billy Richmond, nice kick into the corner. The hot hit of Malik Thomas has authored 4 3-pointers.
There you go.
He's going to have some nights in league play, Manny, where he might have 25-30 if he has this type of stroke.
Yeah, he definitely will. And again, just doing it again.
That was a wise foul from Christian Brown. or Arkansas was going to have a transition highlight show again. Timeout, Arkansas up by 18 over the Dukes at Bud Walton.
Red, I think, with what I've heard. So yes, to answer your question, definitely easier to just stay in. Even tonight, Mom is like, hey, I don't need any fouls. I need Malik Thomas to just keep doing that and end the game so you can get back home.
Well, that's 18 points for Malik. So he has outscored the James Madison Dukes. And Manny, this is a massive run for the Razorbacks.
Yeah. It's ballooned up to 20 points right now. James Madison's got to stop the bleeding. Maybe need to get to the free throw line or that.
That'll help.
Can help you. Douglas, silky smooth stroke, but they've got to continue to stop this bleeding and kind of neutralize this Arkansas offense that's hot right now.
Able to make from distance for Bradley Douglas. Malik Thomas leans in, little floater. The shortest shot he's taken has been the miss.
Brad, I'll tell you, Malik Thomas wants 40. You can just tell. He's got the stroke going. He's knocking shots down.
Acuff with a step-back three. Darius has been in double figures in every game this season. He's the only Razorback to do so. And again, that's the consistency we mentioned earlier.
Yep. He just plays so much maturity for being a freshman.
Spinning move from McBride, and he gets the basket. Remember, he averages 17 a game, so it's his first two.
Yeah, there you go. He needs to be aggressive and kind of insert himself into this game. JMU falling behind early on. They need him to step up and score.
Maybe a heat check from Malik Thomas.
Got to take him.
Davis pushed out for a long three and a miss. Malik the rebound. But that cross-court skip,
find.
DJ Wagner wide open, and DJ will rain one in.
Great pass by Acuff. Again, just can do it all, and Wagner finishing it off.
You know, Arkansas is a team from three-point land, shooting more than 38%. That's second best in the SEC. It's 31st in the country. I thought it might almost be like top 15, top 20, as high as that is. How about a shooter's roll from McBride? That thing did a dance before it dropped.
See if that can get him going.
That was some crazy spin. Acuff Jr. with another triple, and Arkansas is hit 7 from beyond the arc in this first half.
We kind of started off a little slow on the offensive end, maybe getting that Christmas rust out, but now three-point percentage, field goal percentage, a lot more efficient.
That's a tough shot, but a knockdown from Eddie Ricks III, the only returning starter on this team that has 13 new players. Acuff Jr. in rhythm. Pringle nearly hammered it down. Malik was so far wide open, he didn't want to pull the trigger after that last miss. Coach Gallup barking at a play. Look for a lob, and before I can say it, there's the entry to Nick Pringle. Through the foul.
Yep, and as a guard, it's fun. You get to shoot threes. You get to, it takes a few heat checks, but you always got to remember, and Acuff did a good job right there. Feed the bigs. They're the ones in the trenches, getting the rebounds, taking the elbows. You got to keep them happy. So, great pass right there by Acuff. Just make sure you're feeding your bigs.
Arkansas's two freshman guards have outscored the Dukes 28-22, but Ewan had some moments tonight. Trevin Brazil has not scored, which is somewhat rare. Also, Carter Knox, one of those Arkansas would like to gear up for league play. On demand, Knox the drive, the tumble, but he makes the basket.
Great pass by Ewing, great cut by Knox.
Carter was going to score one way or another. It didn't matter how much he was falling to the floor. He was so open, he needed that deuce.
Yeah, putting the head down and just attacking the basket. Tell you what, this Arkansas team, there's just got so many guys that can score the basketball, and you just never know whose night it's going to be.
Ricks grabbed the rebound, missed the short jump shot. Put back will not go from Eli Wilborn. But free throws forthcoming for James Madison. But first, a timeout. Been a strong first half for the Razorbacks, shooting almost 54.
In March and the beginning of April, so taking the time to do that is amazing, and that's what you need to do. Give back to the communities that really raised you and gave so much to you.
Wilborn at the line. I'm trying to figure out what talks like Detroit and walks like Detroit looks like, but I guess that's Darius. Wilborn will coax that one in, one of two for the junior out of Connecticut. Malik Thomas not on the floor. He scored 18 in this first half. And a throwaway. Arkansas does not turn the ball over much, but a rare mistake.
I tell you, Bailey's about to get thrown out of this game.
That shirt causing problems. Uniform.
I mean, he's about to get thrown out of the game if the ref sees what I'm looking at.
Paul Lewis, by the way, who was injured earlier for James Madison, was assisted with a couple of trainers to the locker room and off the court during that last time out. So JMU down one from their rotation. Paul Jones III doing a lot of dribbling. That was a step back hoist.
Defense. Billy Richmond just, I think he could be SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Like he's that good on defense.
Carter missed the alley-oop to Billy, and he had a pained expression on his face, and then Richmond will miss the three. James Madison could enjoy a few shots falling before half to give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, and there's McBride, so he's up to 7 points.
You need something. You want to, if you're James Madison, you want to try to get this to, if you can get 13 to 12 before half, so you can come in and have a little bit of a smaller hole to get out of.
To me, that's what Darius does a really good job at. He didn't finish, but that explosiveness to get by his man, he just missed the short floater.
Yeah, that first defender is virtually non-existent when you have a Darius Acuff. He's going to get by them. It's just who can come over and help.
Knocked away. Acuff thought it was Arkansas ball. It'll stay Duke's basketball, 13 to shoot. JMU lost their top 5 scorers a year ago from a 20-win team that had a share of the conference title. And a couple of years ago, they had 32 wins before Mark Byington left for Vandy, and we'll explain kind of the cradle of coaches that JMU has become later on in this game. Right now, they're trying to get these newcomers and these transfers rowing in the same direction. McBride a miss.
McBride has a knuckleball, but
he almost coaxed another one in, didn't he? And there's a make from Jones III. Had shoulder surgery and really wasn't fully healthy until maybe a week or so before the start of the season. But without Paul Lewis, might have to play a few more minutes tonight. Darius, nope, it's DJ on the drive. Unsuccessful. Newhoff grabbed the basketball. Jones passed up the three, and he got kind of caught in no man's land and turns it over to Arkansas.
James Anderson, you don't want to give up possession like that. You've had a few scores where Arkansas hasn't been able to match you, and you can cut the lead into 15. You want to make sure you get good shots every single time in this last minute and a half.
Yeah, those hurt just a little more than an average turnover because it was a chance. Trevin Brazil will elevate and punctuate, and that's his first basket of the game, and it comes in dramatic fashion.
Great screen by Pringle to free up the lane, and then it's showtime whenever Trevin Brazil has the ball with that much space.
He turned around, there was no one in front of him.
He never gets to see that.
Douglas giving up some inches against Pringle, and that's a tough entry to Newhoff. Do we have a foul? We did.
Yeah. See right here, Pringle just clearing the way for Brazil.
That sounded angry.
Yeah, you just don't get very many opportunities where it's you and the rim, and we can have this dance. So
nearly a 5 count. How about Brazil leaning and deflecting that entry pass out of bounds? There aren't many guys that have that length that can be that disruptive when they're just merely trying to get the ball in play.
It's just not fair to have all the length, and then you add on a 40-inch vertical as well.
And a shot that's
improving. And a shot that's improving and just better and better. Yeah, it's just not that fair.
Arkansas so good in transition. Acuff on the drive, and Arkansas touched it.
Arkansas flies to the rim. They've got multiple guys that want to get tip dunks, want to go get offensive rebounds. Such a hard thing to beat when you've got athleticism attacking the offensive glass.
Nick Pringle will go to the line. Arkansas about to shoot its 9th and 10th free throws. Manny, they make 19 free throws a game. You're talking about a team that gets a pretty good chunk of points from the free throw line. So on nights that maybe those shots aren't falling from the perimeter, if they can still get to the line, they can find some points.
And that's what you get when you have a team that's as athletic as Arkansas is. They attack the basket, they get offensive rebounds, and everyone knows when you get second chance from offensive rebounds or when you're attacking the basket, that's how you can create more fouls and get yourself to the free throw line. So pivotal part of Arkansas's offense, which is good because they also can knock them down at a higher clip than in recent years. So you always like that if you can get to the free throw line and you can make them.
JMU again trying to initiate something inside the arc. Shot clock a factor again. Good pass to Newhoff with the catch. Went with the left hand, and maybe it surprised him how open he was for a split second. Shot clock shut off. A final look for Arkansas in a half that has seen their shooting percentage dip below 50, but chance to add to these 46 points. Acuff downhill, off the glass and in. That's 30 combined points for Thomas and Acuff.
He's about to announce he's going back to
he
school.
might come back. He's got eligibility.
He's got eligibility. Luca, I think Wimby is taking a visit to Arkansas.
Be great.
Yeah.
Douglas scores. He's in double figures. It's the new wild world of college basketball.
I think I might have one or two in there somewhere. Give me a couple months to get back in shape, and I'll sign to a college team.
It will be hard, though, this year to figure out who's going to win some of these freshman awards, whether it's freshman of the year. Ament was somebody who I think considered Arkansas. You got a couple of Razorbacks, and then you look nationally, and what an incredible class of freshmen this year.
Unbelievable. This is the best freshman class I think ever that I've seen, but definitely in recent past. These guys are just so strong and so beyond their years, so mature. Also, if you're an NBA team in the draft, you got to feel good with really any position you get, because you don't get the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all really good players too. You're still going to get someone. Yeah.
Pringle
you don't have many years like that.
It's a weird year because you got guys like Brazil and Pringle that have played a lot of basketball. You've got the freshmen, others like Carter Knox, his second year, Billy Richmond, his second year, and then you get DJ Wagner, who's kind of the unicorn because he's in that third year, which very few guys seem to find. Davis, open look, finally got a little bit of separation, and that's a make for Davis, who averages more than 12 a game. A career 38% three-point shooter, so don't leave him open. In fact, last year he shot 262. Shot more than 100 already this year. Speaking of threes, there's DJ Wagner, the Unicorn Junior, and a couple of makes from distance for the New Jersey native.
I tell you, he's done a really good job of honing in that three-point shot in the past few years. Hasn't necessarily been a go-to.
Well, McBride and Pringle got tied up, and it was simply a jump with no further issues.
It was looking like it could have been some issues.
You know, one of our officials that's here tonight, Will Howard, he was an official during that Winthrop game when we had about 10 seconds to go, and Pringle's bouncing somebody off the floor, and we got players leaving the bench. And he said, I got home and my phone was blowing up. And I said, well, mine was too. We were in it together.
Well.
Trevin slicing and dicing, spinning, but a knock away from Douglas. Indeed. You're not going to block a shot, so try and swat the lift away. And, hey, there's Fowler with the make. He's hit a couple of triples as well. And, Manny, this is what the Dukes need, you would think, to kind of climb back into this one.
Yeah, you got to knock some three-point shots down, but you also have to couple that with what they just did, get a defensive stop.
But we're going to start to sort that out over the next couple of months.
Yeah, we will. And, from all the metrics and really just the eye test scream Michigan is really an all-time team. But Dusty May is what he's done at Michigan, what he did at FAU, obviously. So they're going to be super fun to watch here in conference play, and then as we get into March.
Carter Knox stepped into a 3. Arkansas has made now 10 from beyond the arc. They're 10 of 20 from distance. Trevin Brazil, about 5 times a game, either blocks a perimeter shot or knocks away a pass 25 feet from the basket, or one that you wouldn't think anybody would even get a hand on.
Yeah, when I was playing, we called those deflections, and that's not something that shows up in the traditional box score, but we wanted to try to get 20 deflections a game, and that's just getting your hand on the ball, sticking out, disrupting a play, because now you look, you got 5 seconds for JMU to have to make a play, and they have to take a tough shot like that.
And Douglas has to shoot over Brazil.
Yeah, and then he has to shoot over Brazil. That's what deflections can do for you, and they can really turn you into a strong defensive team if you can get a lot of them.
Acuff the miss. Fowler able to rip that rebound away. Boy, Douglas had an open look.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't
look.
take it. It's almost like that long 2 is prohibited at times.
Yeah.
Douglas now drawing a double team, and that won't work. Long 3 will fall through from Davis. Remember, again, he's a 38% career three-point shooter with an incredible number of attempts, so that's a big percentage.
Yeah, that's a real three-point percentage.
Ewan with an offensive rebound. He brought that down near his ankles and then went up and got stuffed. Dukes have a little bit of life until Billy Richmond runs into a pass. Here's the Billy go, drive into the basket and scoring. He didn't hammer one down, but Billy Richmond is so much fun to watch in transition.
So much fun in transition, and nothing was stopping him from getting to the basket.
And then Malik Thomas, mid-major football coaches finding some power jobs. We mentioned Ryan Silverfield is here and sitting to my left. I found out at halftime, I said, by the way, what is the babysitting rate for 2 newborn twins? And he said to me, what, are you interested? I said, no. And he said, well, it pays better than being a football coach.
It pays better than being a football coach. I need to know that. I need to know that.
Yep. Put that down. You might want to share a babysitter.
Yeah.
If they can handle his 2, they can handle your 1.
They can definitely handle Tate. They can definitely handle Tate. Tate's a calm baby.
Douglas gets a step. Could have forced that one off the glass, but he scores. That was a nice physical finish. JMU has outscored Arkansas here in the second half. Haven't chipped much into this deficit, but taking the long road, so to speak. Manny, this is what JMU needs. You know, knock down some threes, but every once in a while, get to the basket.
Yeah, get to the basket, and that's what you have to do. The three-point shot, we've fallen in love with it in today's game, and I do realize the 3 versus 2 and the percentage of points you get more for shooting a 3 and making a 3 versus a 2. I get all that, but it's basketball. Got to get to the basket, high percentage,
just like
make
Richmond.
free throws, just like Richmond.
Quick catch,
that's how you
basket.
win basketball games.
Billy can cover about 15 feet in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And Ewan with the foul. He was at midcourt. Coach Cal immediately jumps up and takes exception. You know, Arkansas good at the deflections, Manny, but I think they all know just a poke away and you get a chance to get down the other end and hammer one
that's
through.
What you want. As a player, you want to get that steal, get the poke away, because then it's showtime from there. Rick Ewan got a little bit happy. Nah, I mean,
I think it's the reach
one.
more
Yeah,
than
it's the reach over.
Coach Cal with the warning. Did he not have his shirt tucked in? He's always well dressed. Open look at a make from Douglas, and score. 15 tonight for Bradley Douglas. Again, he had 27 against his former school, one of his former schools, the other day. He's had several former schools. A lob, a catch, and a flush. Malik Ewan elevates to dunk.
There you go. When you play zone and you kind of have that soft back by the baseline, you can get those.
Arkansas loves its lobs when available. Douglas is double teamed.
Stay solid here. Don't need a cheap foul.
Well, somebody's got to be wide open, and it's Christian Brown.
That's a great, just being calm, in the midst of a double team and finding the open guy. Douglas, he's a really good player. Been around the block as a college player.
Well, he has. I'll tell you the stops. Malik Thomas unorthodox, but he was fouled by Brown. He takes those slow, big steps, and you're not sure if he's going to teardrop it or pass, but he'll go to the line. Finish my thought. Douglas began at Santa Fe College, transferred to Florida Southwestern.
Wow.
Then he went to Little Rock.
Okay.
Got to flip the page. And now at JMU. That's your typical college journey in the 2020s.
If my calculations are correct, in today's landscape, what, has he got 4 or 5 more years of eligibility left?
You know, but JMU, yeah, he might. What JMU has done, though, is they've had to go off the grid in general to build their roster. They have players formerly at D3, junior college, club basketball, NAIA basketball, as Malik Thomas reaches the 20-point plateau. I mean, they're covering the entire spectrum, other than going over to the Hyper and seeing if anybody is available.
Hey, you can hoop at any level. You can hoop. We're seeing that in the Division I game today. Tons of, I think Iowa's entire team was at Drake, and that team last year was all at a D2 school. So you just never know.
Malik Thomas to the basket. That was easy, and a chance for a three-point play. What a night for Malik.
Came ready to play today. Came ready to play right here, just using the handle and that quick first step. He's so much fun to watch.
One thing Cal said in the radio pregame show, and I think it makes perfect sense. He was asked what he wanted to accomplish tonight, and he said, at the end of this game, I want this game to be who this team is before we get into league play. And I think you want Malik Thomas to be who he is, because you don't want to be searching when you start the gauntlet that is the SEC.
No, you definitely don't want to be searching, because you don't want to start off 1-3 or 1-4, because I know it's early on in the conference season, but those games matter.
You found that last year.
Yeah, you find that out last year. It matters for seeding. It matters for everything that you want when it comes to March. So you got to start off, and you got to start off hot in the SEC. Unforgiving league. Douglas again.
Well, he's hot now.
Yeah, he's hot.
Up to 18 points.
Finding his shot.
3 junior college seasons, a super sub at other places, but he has found his role in the starting rotation and a score for James Madison. Acuff Jr. draws the double, so TB was open for a second. Acuff, there's the lob, and it was disrupted, knocked away by Wilborn. Not high enough maybe for Brazil, where only he could catch it. Fowler, blocked by Ewan.
Caught that at the apex. JMU wanted a goaltend.
What'd you think in real time?
Real time, I thought it was a good block.
All right. I wasn't so sure. Brazil's been a little bit quiet offensively, but others have picked up the scoring. That was not a wise pass. And Ricks the third drew a bump on his way down the floor. Timeout. Because I'm going to come home and you're going to see 10. We're not having 10. We're not having 1.
Yeah, that was a conversation in my household growing up.
Eddie Ricks the third to the free throw line. Only returning starter in this Dukes team. He came from Morehead State with Coach Spradlin. Coming off a 16-point game at Georgia Southern that was an overtime loss and a tough one. They've played a couple of games already in the Sun Belt. The preseason pick to win the league. They're 0-2. They go to Arkansas State later this week on this trip. So it's been a trip away from home and a long stretch.
Yeah.
Ewan spinning, twisting, shooting, and he'll go back to that free throw line for 2 more. Arkansas's not finishing some of those and one opportunities, but they're generating plenty of charity stripe opportunities. They've hit 10 of 15 already this evening.
Yeah, and just getting to the free throw line. You know, if you can get to the free throw line 20 times and get 20 free throws in a game, you can really change the outcome of a game just by getting to the free throw line. To what we were saying, and the shots not falling and the offense isn't flowing, that free throw line could be an equalizer. So
be your friend.
Yeah, really, it could really be your friend. So you want to continue to do that if you're Arkansas as you move into conference play.
Which again is coming Saturday here at Bud Walton. Paul Jones, the third. Fouled on the three-point drive by Ewan. Malik's had a couple of frustrating fouls tonight, so he's been fouled, and he's also been the fouler.
Yeah. Never want to foul the three-point shooter.
I'm not sure how much contact there was. We'll find out, but
wasn't much, but shooters are protected. Whenever it's shooting, you're protected.
I think he hit the hand.
So, yeah.
One thing about these transfers and fourth and fifth year seniors, they could have man-to-man conversations with the officials.
Yeah.
The age discrepancy is not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be. They both have money in their 401k.
Nick Pringle in, replacing Malik Ewan. First meeting between these two schools and a couple of friends, and Coach Spradlin and Coach Cowell. That is one of three for Jones.
Missed opportunity there.
Certainly was.
And again, if you're JMU, you're still within striking distance. Although, even though Arkansas has been pretty hot for the majority of the game, so you got to take advantage of those being fouled at the three-point line. You got to go 3 for 3 if you want to have a chance.
Well, Lake Thomas doesn't get the shooter's roll. Nick Pringle fouled underneath the basket. Wilborn picked up his second personal. Gabe Newhoff will come in, replacing Wilborn for the Dukes. Cliff Davis also back in. Arkansas trying to get this ball inbounds. Wagner with the scoop. A little bit strong.
He's had a few.
He's had a couple
gotten
of those.
in there and just haven't been able to finish.
These teams looking a little bit tired right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more sluggish this half.
A little more standing maybe?
Than the first half.
Quick catch, quick shot, and a miss. Richmond Jr. got his hand on it. Billy Richmond, the lob, Brazil an easy catch, and they throw it straight down.
Yep, great play by Richmond, find Brazil. Transition, that's where Arkansas wants to be.
2 field goals, 2 dunks for Trevin Brazil. And this is where the fatigue, I think, sets in just a bit for some of these silly turnovers.
Yeah.
Did Trevin throw this straight down?
No rim.
You know, he had a dunk against Queens where he dunked it so hard, I think it hit him on the shoulder. He almost dunked on his own head. Arkansas has hit 10 three-pointers. Arkansas has hit 11 three-pointers. Updated, Malik Thomas on a 25-point night.
He's really, again, what we talked about, this is what you want going into conference play, having a game like this.
Thomas home cooking in Pittsburgh must have been really good.
Yeah, must have been really good. And now you've got some confidence going into the game Saturday. Got to feel good if you're an Arkansas Razorback fan right now.
Trevin Brazil, 2 big steps and some annihilation. Get out of his way. Trevin Brazil.
Had either the goal on the door at home or the lowered rim in the backyard or at the driveway and have done that. But something about the 10-foot rim just makes it way more cool.
He needs to be promoted to the league where we play an 11-foot rim.
I tell you, we keep getting guys like Brazil, guys like Wemby, they start coming around, we might have to rethink how we look at the rules.
Breaks the press. The defense has pushed the Dukes beyond the arc quite a bit today. That's a rebound 2 feet above the cylinder as well.
Yeah.
Billy Richmond, soft touch, little floater will drop through. He was 5 of 6 in field goals in that game against Houston. He played 24 minutes, he had 12 points, making an impact, but he doesn't have to play 30 or 35 to do so.
Billy Richmond he knows how to impact basketball and play winning basketball without stuffing the scoring sheet. He knows how to play on the defensive end, the offensive end. He knows how to make things happen that don't necessarily show up on the.
That man knows how to shoot. Malik Thomas, a new career high, a 28-point game, reigning in the three-point baskets. 6 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Career high. You gotta love it.
He may not be done. Nifty drive and a score from Justin McBride, the Plano, Texas native. He's been in double figures in all but one game this year. Arkansas not far away from their per game average, and Malik Thomas has been a big part of it. Trevin Brazil wide open, drew a little
As you get a game like this where you have your highest scoring output ever as a college basketball player, you're just going to feel good going into those next games. And just like you said, now is a good time to start feeling good because you're about to go into the gauntlet, which is the SEC.
Now always works for me.
Yeah, now always works. And you want to feel good going into that, and Malik Thomas is going to feel good going into those tougher SEC games.
Trevin Brazil gets the rattle on the roll, and 8 points for TB tonight. Carter Knox back in. I would say Carter's another one of those guys, Manny, that I would love to see have a big game early in SEC play to kind of establish that we might see more of that in conference games.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, in my opinion, X factor in terms of if this team is a second weekend, potentially Final Four team versus a team that, maybe goes one and done in the NCAA tournament. If he is the player that, is an NBA type player using the athleticism, scoring, I think really the sky's the limit for this team. They have so much talent, but it's got to come from Trevin Brazil. He's got to be at his best.
Even Coach Cal on his radio show today said, hey, we can't have 2 or 3 guys not scoring. Now, we know others can step up. Thomas with the lean in. The tip won't go. Pringle gets it back. How about DJ from long distance and a make? He's in double figures. That's 3 straight double scoring performances from DJ Wagner.
And Pringle keeping it alive, using that athleticism, getting the offensive rebound, and then kicking it out. A lot of times you get the offensive rebound, you want to force up a shot. Pringle again getting his hands on it. You want to force up a shot, but he finds it, finds the guard, kicks it out, knocks the 3 down.
Not sure how far DJ was behind the arc, but this would be a 4-point play in some of those 3-on-3 leagues.
Yeah, it would be. Again, he continues to hone in that 3-point shot. If he's another guy that you got to watch on the 3-point line, just makes this team really tough to guard.
Cliff Davis has had 3 from beyond the arc. I was saying, though, this Arkansas team, because individuals can have big-time nights, you might have some scorers that either are going to have off nights or just not have as many opportunities. But Cal said we can't have 2 or 3 kind of lay eggs, so to speak. DJ Wagner continues to knock down triples. Arkansas has now hit 14 3-pointers in this game. And they've had fun both from distance and with the dunks. 100 points, certainly not far in the future. I will say we all know, though, it'll take on a different dimension in league play because JMU's been a really good program in the last couple of years. I think they'll have success in the Sun Belt, but Coach Cal knows this as well as anybody. It gets real quick.
Yeah, it does. It gets real quick, and you have some of the best teams in the country coming to your home floor, and then you couple that with also going to some of the best teams in the country, playing on the road, hostile environments. It gets real, and the losing streaks can get real if you don't focus and if you don't pay attention. Nice move there.
DJ couldn't coax
By
that
Wagner.
one in. Arkansas on a 20-5 run over the last 4 minutes. And, you know, Arkansas's net manny is 30, so there's a lot of teams ahead of them. And they played the 5 top 25 teams, 2 wins, 3 losses. I think that will prepare them in some senses for what's ahead, but it's just the grind of the SEC that I don't think you can fully prepare for unless you're a guy like DJ who's been in it a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, you'll have a game. There you go. Tennessee, nationally ranked. Then you go to an Ole Miss. Then an Auburn. You got South Carolina, Georgia. Then you'll play a Florida. Then you'll have a Kentucky come in. Then you've got UT. Like, there's just so many good teams that you have to play.
And that schedule could be considered reasonable, but you still have to go on the road and win.
Yeah.
And when you're expected to win on the road, I think that's the most dangerous situation. Arkansas got the foul there from Carter Knox, and Coach Cal, he's in mid-conference form right now, pleading his case and making his points to the officiating crew.
Yeah, just it is a gauntlet, and you've got to you can't warm up to it. You can't take the first 3 games and kind of get your feet wet. You've got to come in and be in tip-top shape and ready to go from day one, or you'll find yourself 1-4, 1-5, and trying to dig your way out of the hole.
It's not a fun place to be.
Nope.
You know, every game you win in January is one less you have to win in February or March to kind of bolster your resume. As Christian Brown tries to complete a couple of makes, and he does. Freshman out of Franklin, Tennessee. (32 field goals, 24 assists tonight for Arkansas on those 32 makes. Hit 7 of their last 8, so they have been shooting at a high clip in both halves. Malik Thomas a little bit short. Pringle went after the rebound, gives it to Knox, and he was denied by McBride. Malik Thomas just about came in our lap, and then Isaiah Sealy followed. I was ready to catch somebody.
I was ready to go.
I was worried about the iPad.
You would have been catching. I was moving over.
We had all kinds of stuff going on. Bodies and whoo. Everybody's okay. Big Red's okay behind me. I don't need anybody being a hero and coming over this table.
Yeah, no. Especially not a 30-point game.
That's correct.
Let's everyone get home in one piece.
McBride might be carrying that basketball. He'll spin, shoot, and miss. Isaiah Sealy also in this game right now, and there is Sealy. That was a collision with Justin McBride. Yeah, we were ready. I mean, I'm getting rid of the glasses.
Wait.
I'm getting ready to catch a body or a ball. And I'm okay if I have to catch him. I don't want him landing on top of me and not seeing it.
Yeah, you'll feel that one the next day. At least you can brace yourself.
I took my son to the driving range over Christmas break. I haven't been able to tie my shoes for 5 days. I don't need any more issues. You know, when the old man says to son, let's see who can hit the last few golf balls further, and you take those John Daly Corilla hacks, it does not bode well for your body the remainder of the week as Sealy makes a couple. A word of caution to a man who in 20 years might be in my predicament.
In the same spot. Okay, I'll make sure I
file that one away.
Put that down.
Nearing the 4-minute mark, Arkansas 5 points away from the century mark. That's a backdoor pass to nobody. You know, last year this JMU team, they went 14-1 at home.
Yeah.
They're undefeated at home this year. Coach Spradlin needs to get off the road. It's been a front-loaded road schedule. Last year they won 10 in a row down the stretch before they lost in double overtime. Didn't win the conference tournament, and even though they had a share of the conference title, did not get postseason action. So they'd like to get back somehow, some way. Malik Thomas with the floater was sideways on that one. Fouls going against Brown. Going to take us to a break.
That's when, you know, the gauntlet, what we've been talking about, starts.
Ewan with a miss at the line. Malik will get that one to drop. Double-figure scoring evening for Malik Ewan. Arkansas has 4 players in double figures. Catch and a score for Christian Brown. Malik Thomas still in the game. He has 28 points tonight. Second highest point performance under Coach Cal since Nellie Davis had 30 last year against Texas Tech, and we remember that game. For the excitement and the disappointment all wrapped into one. I think Davis saved his best for last in his Arkansas year. Wagner on the push, high off the glass with the left hand. Seeley the catch. Ewan tried to put it back in. And all of a sudden, Arkansas, they've kind of been stuck at this 95, 96 point plateau for a few minutes.
Had some opportunities to get past it.
Someone lost a tire at Arkansas at a couple of looks. I thought this would fall.
I thought that was going in,
Seeley couldn't follow it in. Ewan was fouled by McBride.
Just if you, this Arkansas scoring, obviously Malik Thomas with 28, but Acuff with 15. Ewan can't get it to go.
All right, so Ewan,
he's got 10.
Let me jump in on this one, Manny. Ewan started his season 15 of 15 from the free throw line.
Okay.
Since then, he has gone 17 of 30.
That's very interesting. 15 of 15, and then has virtually been a 50% free throw shooter.
Makes sense of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I don't think so. All right, now let's swallow the whistles. This last 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
Nobody's working this week.
Yeah, true.
There's no hurry.
True.
Karuletwa in the game for Arkansas. Jaffic as well for the Razorbacks. Feel good night here at Bud Walton Arena. Arkansas 49 bench points, 30 points in the paint, 14 makes from beyond the three-point line. Bradley Douglas shooting for a 20-point game and couldn't get there. He's trying to get his 5th 20-point game or better. Isaiah Seeley. Coach Cal wanted a foul. Manny told him to swallow the whistles. Acuff will drive, scoop, and score. And Arkansas on the precipice of triple digits. Hogs had 48 points in that first half, and they bettered it here in the second. 2 minutes to go. Jones on the drive and a nice skip to Fowler. Rebound collected by Brown.
Fowler's hit some shots. Jones as well.
Jones is going to get his own rebound.
Second half.
And he will draw the foul on Elmir and go to the line. When you get your own rebound when you shoot from 25 feet,
that's
unique. Elmir from Bosnia Herzegovina played a couple of games, scored 2 points. Minutes are tough to come by going forward when you're outside the rotation, and Cal talked about that this week as well. Trying to find some opportunities for Isaiah Seeley, for example, to play as Jones will make the free throw. And he said, well, if Seeley plays more, someone else has to play less.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a zero-sum game when it comes to those minutes.
Yeah, it is, and especially when you've got a rotation, and a lot of coaches, Coach K, a lot of some of these big-time Titan coaches, they talk about really having a rotation of 7.
That's right.
And then, the 8th guy, you're going to play every single game, but your minutes might fluctuate from, in 10 to 5 to 12.
Jaffic the catch. He will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Tell you what, if Coach Silverfield sees the legs and the thighs of Elmir Jovic, he might put him as a defensive tackle.
He might be.
Or maybe a defensive end. He is built like a tree trunk.
I might throw him in as a blocking tight end.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe some jump balls. Goal line setup. Get him in there. The jump ball in the end zone.
Amir Brown also checks in. Aiden Kelly. 4th game for Aiden. 4th game for Amir. Malik Thomas will leave with his career-high 28 points. There's those legs, man.
Man. Yeah, he walked by like at the beginning in pregame. And
it's a grown man.
Yeah.
Shooting for 100. 100 points. Jovic not even be able to crack a smile as Arkansas reaches triple digits. And a foul away from the basketball. What a ways away.
Yeah.
That's 10 fouls on Arkansas. I think the one thing the Razorbacks have probably done too much of tonight, yeah, he was getting up like trying to talk Elmir into playing in case there's a need on the line. Probably too many fouls for the Razorbacks. Justin Taylor, a Syracuse transfer. Started a ton of games for Syracuse as a sophomore. Playing time's been a little bit tough for James Madison. Wilborn had it briefly. Now the fans want Amir Brown to shoot. He will oblige.
There you go.
The freshman from Pittsburgh had his teammates up off the bench, ready to explode.
Now, can we convert the free throws? There are points too. Free throws are points.
This will be the 30th
Let's see.
Combined free throw for the Razorbacks. Brown is 1 for 2 from the line this season. And the groan of disappointment behind him will tell you that it did not go in.
Okay.
In case you turned away.
The second one always is easier. You just kind of gauge. Yeah, the first one, you gauge, how your shot was. Obviously, we were a little short, so he's going to put a little bit more on this one.
Spoken like a man who missed a few free throws. Elmir had a
I missed enough in my time. I missed enough. I'm an expert there and misses.
That's a disappointed Razorback bench. That's one of the few things that did not go right this evening. The script was followed to a T if you're wearing the white of Arkansas. A miss from Egbule. A long 3 from Paul Jones III. Paul Lewis was injured early in the game and didn't score, so other players have had to step up for the Dukes. Aiden Kelly scored 1 point this year. Looks like he's about to go to work. How about the step back 3 for Keller? That'll cap a night for the Razorbacks. The 15-3 has the bench up for grabs. There's about 12 Razorbacks on the court right now.
That might have been one of the best moves I've seen all night.
Not sure how many steps he took, but it looked pretty.
There we go. He said, okay, give me some more shots.
Yes. And you could see it in his eyes. That one was going up.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
And Carletwa will get in the scorebook with a foul. Manny, break this one down for me.
Okay, tween, pull back, step back. Hold that.
Look at the bench.
Hold that, and everyone's going crazy.
Listen, no one get hurt over there. Brazil's jumping over into the expensive seats.
Oh. I mean, hey, we got 7 seconds left. We might need to get one more up.
One more?
We might need one
You're
more
saying
up.
15 of 28 from three-point land's not good enough for you?
Not good enough. 16 for 29. Why
I will
not?
take your expression from earlier. Let's bottle up something from tonight and save it if you're a Razorback.
True.
Final few seconds from the final non-con game will expire off the Bud Walton clock. A couple of friends will meet at midcourt. And Manning, Arkansas puts up 55 points in the second half and 103 in the game.
Yeah, got to be happy again. Take this into Saturday, into conference play, and you're going to be feeling good about where you are. But Arkansas played really well on both ends of the floor, and that's really all you can ask for.
Arkansas improves to 10-3 on the season. Malik Thomas had the career high night, 28 points, but there was plenty of love and points to go around.